Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ambassador's Lounge. Today we'll be discussing the earthquake which came on 6th of February in Türkiye, Syria, and the other region. This unfortunate incident has caused a lot of casualties, and the death toll is still rising. Since the recovery process is going on, all the countries of the world had come forward to help Türkiye and Syria, and similarly Pakistan also extended itself, and teams from here, the rescue teams, have also traveled. In addition, we have sent aircrafts with goods which are needed in these difficult times. The purpose of the program is to discuss what is happening there and also to draw a lesson from our own earthquake which happened in 2005. With me are Ambassador Amjad Sheikh and Ambassador Riaz Bukhari. Amjad, I would like to start with you that if you make a comparison of the earthquake which happened in Pakistan and Turkey, since many years have gone and things have changed altogether, how do you see the world reaction and in comparison to Turkey and Syria, because there's been a lot of discussion in the media and otherwise also on social media that what attention has been given to Turkey has not been given to Syria. So what all you know, can you like to talk about it, please?
Thank you, Tanveer, Ambassador Tanveer. No doubt that it was the most devastating natural calamity that was faced by Turkey and Syria, in which reportedly around 40,000 people have so far lost their lives, and more 1,700 buildings have collapsed. And we don't know yet how many more casualties may come out of this, the rubbles of the buildings. 80,000 people, more than 80,000 people have been wounded. I think that the 2005 earthquake in Pakistan was also equally more devastating, and at that time it was the first kind of the earthquake that rocked the whole region, Kashmir and Indian Kashmir and Pakistan, some parts in interior Punjab. And at that time, the world reaction was no doubt very quick, and we recovered, we recovered a lot. But the response at the local level, at the government level, was not that much prompt, because we were not mentally and physically ready for this kind of calamity. Now, since the world has been now seeing two twin-edged dangers in the current scenario, one is the climate change and the other is the natural calamities. We don't know how many such calamities may come again, but we need to be carefully watching all these things, and we need to be responsive to this kind of calamities. Because today, if God forbid it is Turkey and Syria and their adjoining countries, tomorrow it may be in our region. So I would say that we need to be more responsive and we need to be more active to come up with this kind of strategy, that there has to be a quick response to these calamities.
Thank you, Amjad. You're right, because in those days I remember, since I was also in the headquarters and we were involved, the initial days, it was the month of Ramadan in Pakistan, what all happened. The general public response definitely was overwhelming, because we have seen with our own eyes what was happening in the country, and the way our civil aviation and the army aviation, because that was the only lifeline of those days, our people reacted, and gradually, with the help of the international community, we went ahead. And now coming over to Riaz, would you like to comment and add up further to what Amjad has said?
Thank you, Tanveer. our brotherly countries, both Syria and Turkey, they both have faced very serious tragedies. As Amjad has said, large number of people have died. Natural calamities, no country can deal with them alone. You need a global response and global assistance to deal with such a situation. In Turkey, a large number of high-rise buildings have collapsed. I'm really concerned about that. In Pakistan, if you recall, in 2005, just one building collapsed in Islamabad, Margala Tower. Many Margala Towers have collapsed in Turkey and Syria. Investigation, requires to be conducted. How and why? Are they having some poor, SOPs of constructing building, high-rise buildings especially? I think Turkey need to look into that first. Rehabilitation, recovery, and other things will continue. It's not a 1 week exercise or 2 weeks exercise. It requires long-term response. As Amjad has said, that climate change and other natural calamities are rising. Their consequences, losses, all countries are facing. We faced high floods recently and could not deal with the situation all alone. We were in need of global response, assistance from international agencies, from the UN. UN Secretary General came here to look at the situation and assist us for a global assistance. Similarly, Syria and Turkey, they need assistance. We were the first, one of the first countries who sent, assistance to Turkey and Syria both. Our Prime Minister also wanted to go, but due to, the situation over there, the visit could not materialize. Now our defense forces their teams are already there. We are, member of a global, I would say, village. And we are sharing our experiences and lessons learned in 2005 earthquake with our friendly countries. We have done that in the past, and we are doing that now with Syria and Turkey both. I think our response was good. We should continue to extend our assistance. At the same time, we need to learn why a large number of high-rise buildings collapsed in Turkey. We should improve our building codes as well, because we are also in the same line. So I think our experts should look into that and should come up with some SOPs so that we should not be facing such situation if, for God forbid, there is an earthquake in near future or in future. We should be prepared. That is important.
Thank you, Riyad. You're right, because after 2005, two big organizations were formed in Pakistan. Yeah. One was ERA, which was for the reconstruction and rehabilitation, and which did quite a pretty job. And similarly, NDMA, we started with the federal level, National Disaster Management Authority, and also on the provincial levels.
But I must say that, I was reading one, proceeding in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, where both these agencies were asked to show their accounts. Good governance in this case is very important. How the funds which have been collected are donated by certain people or global agencies or friendly countries, they should be spent quite judiciously. That is very important.
Yeah, you're right, Riyad, because unfortunately, this practice can be seen not at the federal level, in the provinces also, because many of these subjects, for example, you were talking of floods, since irrigation is a provincial subject, and unfortunately, I will not name the province, but there at times the departments wait for such small calamities.
That's why I said good governance
in order to recover
important.
Whatever they have utilized in a wrong way.
Tanveer, we just came across news that one Pakistani from the United States contributed almost millions,
Yeah.
I am not sure about the figure,
Yes,
but
but
in
they say it's 30 million, so,
$30
yeah.
million, mashallah, good amount donated for the victims in
Turkish
Turkey
earthquake.
and Syria.
Yeah.
But where was he when we were facing high floods in Pakistan?
Well, I don't know whether
He
this
should
news
have
has-
contributed for that as
You
well.
never know. He might have. We don't know. You can't
And
just say that.
But that's why I'm saying that accountability, good governance are both very important tools to attract donations if you are facing, high risks of natural calamities.
But we have to see that how our system works.
Yeah.
It is initially whatever money comes is through the state bank or the finance ministry. Somebody is, we create a lot of accounts on different names.
Yeah.
And what happens to them afterwards or how the money is distributed, that has to be looked into by the concerned authorities, and that is how we have to see that.
Yeah.
We were talking of the building codes and all. Now, there's one country in the world we talk of Japan,
Yeah.
which is also very prone to the earthquakes and
Yeah.
all. And they have excellent building codes and all the things. And if you go to Tokyo, almost all the hotels which are very high rise, they have all kind of evacuation plans and all those things. I think the countries or these codes are internationalized. All the countries follow the same code so that it can happen anywhere. Earthquake-prone regions are everywhere in the world, which can help. Now, we have also talked about it, but unfortunately, some subjects in the governments are with federation, some are with the provinces, so everybody tries to put the blame on other one.
Very right.
Those things have to be kept in mind also.
Exactly.
And that's how to.
Yeah.
Amjad, do you think that the assistance being provided in whatever capacity by Pakistan is good enough, or we need to do more?
I think there is still a lot of urgent need for the earthquake victims over there, and especially unfortunately Syria has not been given that much attention which other countries are giving to Turkey.
Yeah.
No doubt that the loss in Turkey is more than the loss in Syria, but still there are also human beings, and many have suffered. More than 5,000-6,000 people have lost their lives, and also property losses.
Yeah.
We must provide as much assistance both in food and tents and medicines to these earthquake victims as much possible.
Yeah.
because tomorrow, if God forbid we again face this situation, Turkey has been one of the countries in the front line to come up to our help, and now I understand that there are rescue teams sent from Pak Army and also from the NDMA and even some private organizations like Al Khidmat. They have already arrived there to help the people, and I think similar attention should be given also to the people in Syria, because they are also victim at the same time.
Thank you, Amjad. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a small contribution and talking about the earthquake which has happened. We should remember that and not forget the history. The people of this region had help during at the end of the Ottoman Empire and the Khilafat movement. The Muslims of the subcontinent, they contributed to whatever was possible, and that is still remembered by the older generation, and it has been trickled down to the younger generation also. So what we can say that, Pakistanis have a very big heart, and I'm sure people in their own private capacity, directly or through the government channels, should come up and assist our brothers and sisters in Turkey. Thank you very much, and keep watching Ambassador's Lounge.